Hi, I'm Anjali Mulchandani. I am an assistant professor of environmental engineering at the University of New Mexico. My research group studies environmental resource sustainability, and this covers anything from new ways of treating water, new ways of treating wastewater, and doing a process called resource recovery, which is taking our waste and turning it back into a resource for society. We're also excited about moving into science communication and community-based research as well.
My name is Lisa Hurst. I am an artist by trade. My focus is in photography. It's always been a big passion of mine ever since really just middle school, high school. I got my first camera, one of the little point and shoot Nikons. And ever since then, it's just been something that's been part of my life, that's been ingrained in me. I have started dabbling in filming, doing short films. That's been really exciting because you get to kind of capture the world the way you see it, and you're able to show people how you see the world, and I think there's something really special about that. And
So the concept of transdisciplinary, as I have understood it, is this idea that we all work collectively to solve a single problem. And that means people of various backgrounds, an engineer, a social scientist, a basic chemist or a biologist, come together and learn from one another as they solve a single challenge. I think a lot of times we get into the fields that we're in because we want to be problem solvers. It's the reason I became an engineer. I wanted to solve problems that I saw in the world. And as I move forward in my professional career, I realized that solving problems is really hard. It is hard to figure out how to do it in a way that does justice to the place and the people who are facing that problem, and not coming in with a savior mentality, which is sometimes the thing that has been trained into us, unfortunately. Moving away from a savior mentality and moving more into a collective and a service mentality of, I am here to be of service to you, as opposed to I am here to save you. And I'm working on that. I'm working on reframing that in my head. And I'm working on teaching my students that reframing. And I think that's my passion, is figuring out how to help us reframe and have a new dialogue and change the way that we approach science and engineering and collective work to solve global grand challenges. To a certain extent, I've worked on interdisciplinary teams within academia. It's been a struggle, to be honest, because not everybody speaks the same language. Even within science, we all come from different disciplines and different backgrounds. Me as an environmental engineer, I'm going to use a different word to explain the same concept that a chemical engineer would. So a lot of times it takes a little bit of a dialogue to understand what we're talking about and to realize we're talking about the same thing. So I think the first part of any sort of interdisciplinary or transdisciplinary work is to make sure that we all understand what the other person is saying so that we can come together to solve grand challenges. And I think that's the other reason I'm excited about science communication, right? Because if we can't communicate, how are we going to work together to move forward?
I would have to say this is actually my first experience with working with somebody with a completely different background than me, different experience, different educational journey, just different life in general, but having to come together to create something that we both agree on and we're both passionate about enough to spend our time and energy on creating a piece that speaks beyond just what we see and what we want to communicate. We want to really connect with people with this.
I have been partnered with a photographer named Lisa. Lisa is outstanding in the way that she sees the world, and she connects the pieces that she's seeing out in landscape with the challenges that our future holds. When she and I talk about water resources in New Mexico, we're bouncing ideas off of one another, coming up with things so quickly, and we realize how our different worldviews kind of come together, and we do speak the same language after all, which is so exciting.
The person I was partnered up with, Anjali, we just were able to connect and find common grounds. I guess I never really had thought myself as an artist connecting with a scientist in that way, but it's been really beautiful and really amazing. And so I'm very excited, and I feel very fortunate that this is going to be my first experience, working on something that I think is really important for somebody who I've never interacted with their particular background before. So, yeah. I think this will boost my confidence moving forward with a transdisciplinary approach by allowing me the opportunity to see that I can do more than just be an artist. I can learn still at this age, because we get in this mindset of, this is what I know, I'm very good at this, and I can't really approach anything else but this is what I'm good at, so I don't know if I can be good at that. And so this is giving me that opportunity to approach other areas that maybe I would have been too shy to approach, like I used to be. But this is giving me that confidence of, I can tackle other disciplines, and I can work with other people in other disciplines, and we can find common ground, which is what I've seen so far working with Anjali.